What is going on, guys? Giant Sky here. So for this week's sister season on Hardline, Visual Games finally announced all the maps and game modes which will be featured in Battlefield Hardline at launch on March the 17th. So alongside the brand new screenshots that we got, we also have some quick clips of gameplay for most of the maps themselves. So in this video I will be breaking down these clips. I will also be summarizing some of the maps' descriptions alongside talking about the newly announced competitive game mode, Crosshair. So sit back, relax, cause this is going to take quite a while. Getting started, the first map on the list is High Tension, which is not a big surprise. This is the first map that Battlefield Hardline or Visual Games revealed during its announcement at E3 2014. Hopefully you guys have heard about it, so I won't go too in depth into it, but if you want to find out more information, I will have links down below. Next is a map called Bank Job. Now this is a map that takes place in downtown Los Angeles again, but this time near a very nice looking bank. Now on the official Battlefield website, it describes this map as money is the root of all evil, the criminals are plotting a ruthless assault on a high security bank vault, but they messed up and triggered a silence alarm and the police are jamming to the scene of the crime. Now from the several screenshots that we got, this map looks to be taking place maybe several blocks just away from High Tension. That is pretty cool. Maybe in the future there's some sort of idea of combining these two maps together, making a very large Battlefield map. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. It's just me going crazy with ideas, so don't take that seriously. But in the first screenshot, we have a nice outside view of the bank itself, and it looks like where all the rich people will store their money and their valuables, so maybe that's why the criminals are robbing it. But on the lower left hand corner, we actually see an entrance to probably what looks to be a subway. Now it would be pretty cool that we can go inside the station and fight in that also, expanding this map a little bit more. But also in the background are several buildings which we know from the leaked Battlefield Omaha trailer we will be able to fight on. So again, expanding the size of the map, which I am a very big fan of. Now quickly taking a look at the gameplay video, we can see that they are playing the game mode Heist on this map, which perfectly suits it because it's a bank. Now the criminals quickly rush into the bank vault area facing some heavy police resistance with first a riot shield. The criminal quickly tosses one of his two Molotovs at the riot shield and that killed him very quickly. So it's nice to see the Molotov finally in action and the nice fire effect. As we move on to the bank vault area, we can see actually in the back a little white marker that's glowing that shows the ability for you to plant some charge and blow up the wall. Now I am quite surprised that you need this much of C4 to blow through a simple concrete wall. Maybe it's reinforced because it is a bank vault and they want to make it heavier and make it stronger. But it's nice to see that Visual Games added this little detail, which I am a fan of. But as your criminal partner grabs the package, someone above your roof actually plants some C4 or maybe some sort of charge, again similar to the white symbol, and blows the whole ceiling apart, causing this air conditioner or maybe heating system to fall right through the roof. Pretty cool effect. Again, we have seen this before in the leaked Omaha trailer, so no surprise here. Next is a brand new map called The Block. Now the description says, and I quote, "What looks like a liquor store and Bill Bond's office is actually a front. This is home to a notorious criminal ring. The police know better than to enter the block without backup." Now from these screenshots, we can see that this map seems to take place maybe in a not so good area of Los Angeles. It is not close to downtown, probably somewhere on the outskirts. We have actually known about this map before since Visual Games did release a teaser image showing this map, but we didn't know very much details. Then on to the gameplay video where it first shows a very nice spawn menu of the whole map so we can actually see how large it is. From the looks of it, it actually looks to be very small, maybe 100 meters or so wide. It looks very close quarters based with probably a lot of close quarters gunfight, so I wouldn't be expecting any vehicles in this map as it looks very tiny. And maybe to put it into perspective, it is probably around the size of a normal COD map. But as throughout the whole gameplay video, we can see the player running around the whole map, mostly staying around B and C, where B is the apartments, and he takes down a couple of enemies. But overall, this map takes place in very close quarters area, so expect nice looking details to interiors and probably to the outside environment, as the devs can focus more time into the little details instead of stretching out the map like with Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Next, we have a map called Dust Bowl, which is more your typical Battlefield style conquest sized map. It should be one of the larger maps in Battlefield Hardline, but is probably relatively small compared to previous Battlefield games. The map description says, and I quote, "The small desert town of Jode is off the beaten path and well known for meth trafficking problems. The cops had had enough and are on the scene to shut it all down." Once again, we have seen a screenshot teased for Dust Bowl, but finally we have some more extra information. Once again, let's quickly do a breakdown on these videos and try to point out some important facts. And for Dust Bowl, there's actually 3 short videos. One of them shows a police squad trying to assault the compound using assault rifles and helicopters. The player actually gets blown up with a breaching charge, and because of the survivalist, he can automatically revive himself from the explosion. He then after enters an underground meth lab with probably some tunnels around. So this multiplayer map is probably based on the same single player mission where you have to escape from this little town area, which is again full of meth labs and the gangs running it. Then the next shot actually shows 2 police officers using the grappling hook to grapple themselves onto a water tower to get to a nice sniping position. But this shot overall really shows off the grand scheme of the whole map and how big it actually is. It is probably a medium to small map if it was in previous Battlefield games, but in Battlefield Hardline, it seems to be your medium to large size map. Now, if you have seen the Omaha trailer, you may have seen a plane flying around this map doing gun runs on helicopters. Now, in this short video, we really didn't see any planes flying around, only helicopters. So, does it mean that Visceral Games took it out because they feel like it didn't fit the theme of Hardline? If that's the case, I will be truly missing it. And lastly, in the third video, we have some nice gameplay in the motel area of this map where there's a nice low gunfight and the player is using the M416, which has some remodeling done to it since Battlefield 4. Now, quickly mentioning the map Hollywood Heist and Grow House, which are both maps which I have covered before in previous videos, but with Hollywood Heights, we actually have a brand new screenshot showing a brand new part of the map. This is actually of a construction site. Now with the Karma trailer, we didn't actually get that much of gameplay showing the outside of the map aside from the mansion. So maybe after all, we will be able to fight along the whole street of the houses instead of just one mansion. Next, we have a map called The Rail, and the website describes this map as, and I quote, "The industrial side of Los Angeles is home to many shady dealings. A criminal ring has set up shop in the warehouses and scrapyards where they're trying to make that money from illegal doings." Now with this map, this is probably your medium to large size map. It seems to focus more on vehicle warfare and high-speed chases such as Hotwire, as we have seen in the Karma trailer, showing off all the cop car chases, which is very fast paced and very exciting. There is a main Levolution event where the bridges will blow up, causing this whole map to wreck and changing the landscape, so vehicles will have to slow down and watch where they drive since there will be tons of debris. But quickly, with the short gameplay video, we have the view of a criminal trying to get away from the police. This is, I believe, taken from the first person view of the Mustang getaway car, which we have seen in the Karma trailer, so nothing too brand new here, but the helicopter does hit the bridge, causing it to blow up, triggering the Levolution event. Almost wrapping up the maps themselves, we have Everglades, or basically Gator Hunt. Now we have seen this map tons of times before, so I won't mention it too much. Again, links down below for my video. Lastly, we have a brand new map never seen before called Riptide. The description says, and I quote, "A drug smuggler's haven. This high-tech and expensive island crib is being ransacked by the police. A chain of small islands is connected by bridges and waterway, providing multiple access to it. So at first glance, this map really reminded me of High End Resort, at least the compound area, but in the background we do see some skyscrapers. Now I don't know exactly where this takes place, but if I had to guess, it's probably Florida because the geography looks pretty similar, and I do not think Los Angeles has any types of skyscrapers near the water, so it's probably Miami, Florida. But I might be wrong, so if you guys do live around the area or you happen to know the skyline, please tell me down below in the comments. But as for the map itself, I do not think you will have access to the skyscrapers area, as that will make this map very large, and with the Hardline theme, it just doesn't fit at all. But with the first screenshot, we can see that it looks to be more of a sunny-ish cloudy day, and the second screenshot looks like it just rained or something. So maybe the Levolution event will be some sort of rainstorm rolling in, similar to maybe Persil Storm. As for the interior of the mansion, it looks very modern, and I would expect it to be very similar to the mansion in the Hollywood Heights map, but probably with different looking interiors. Moving on very quickly, Visualgames also finally announced the 7th and last game mode to be featured at launch. It's called Crosshair. The website description goes as the following, and I quote, "This is the second competitive game mode. In Crosshair, a former criminal turned state witness is on the run from his former crew. The criminals are trying to erase the VIP's face from the world, while the cops are trying to get him out to safety. Once again, there are no second chances, one death and you are out for the match." Now, this makes me wonder what happened to the Turf War game mode that they originally talked about. Maybe they might include it in a future DLC, or they scrapped the whole idea because they didn't think it fit the theme. Now, it's very interesting to see Battlefield Hardline trying to push its competitive side. They already had rescue mode and now they're adding Crosshair, so hopefully these two game modes will work out perfectly and turn out not to be some sort of gimmick, as most newly added Battlefield game modes are usually just gimmicks and are fun for maybe a week and then no one ever plays them. So that about wraps up this summary video of all the maps to be featured in Battlefield Hardline. Stay tuned to my channel, as I will have a video coming out very soon with more information about the upcoming beta, like what features we should be expecting. I apologize once again for the lack of videos. I try my best to stay on top of all the Battlefield news, but unfortunately currently I do have exams for school, so I don't have all the time in the world. But by the 27th or so of this month, you should be seeing regular videos from me again. Anyways, give me a like if you enjoyed this video, leave some of your thoughts and comments down below about these maps. Thanks for watching, peace out guys.